स्वागत है आज के सत्संग में. Let's bring our mind focus. Sit down straight with the back, the neck and the head in one vertical line. Close the eyes gently with the body totally relaxed. Deep inhale and exhale. And while exhaling, we are going to chant Om 3 times. Om, the universal sound and the prime name of Ishwar God, Sarvavyapak, omnipresent, Sarvadhya, omniscient, Nyayakari, all just, Dayalu, all merciful. ईश्वर का नाम का जाप करेंगे, फिर गायत्री मंत्र भजन के रूप में. Then we'll proceed to ईश्वर स्तुति प्रार्थना उपासना. So while chanting Om, just sense the vibrations of the Om chanting moving across the body. If you're carefully observing, you will note that when you start with O, it's at the level of the navel, the digestive region, gradually going upwards the spine to reach the brain when we finish with Ma. ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. तूने हमें उत्पन्न किया, पालन कर रहा है तो तुझसे ही पाते प्राण हम. दुखियों के कष्ट हरता है तो तेरा महान तेज है, छाया हुआ सभी स्थान. सृष्टि की वास्तु वास्तु में तू हो रहा है विद्यमान. तेरा ही धरते ध्यान हम, मांगते तेरी दया. ईश्वर हमारी बुद्धि को श्रेष्ठ मार्ग पर चला. दाता हमारी बुद्धि को श्रेष्ठ मार्ग पर चला. ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. Always remember Gayatri mantra is called Guru mantra because it's the mantra which the Guru uses to induct the child into formal studies, especially with the Gurukul. And it's called the Maha mantra because we are praying for Dhyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Ishvara Hamari Buddhi Ko Shrestha Marg Par Chale Chala. That is, praying to Ishvara God for the enlightenment of the intellect. And with the enlightened intellect, enlightened mind, we'll be able to become masters of both worldly and spiritual treasures. Join the palms together, rub them gently, cover the eyes and open the eyes below the palms. External light doesn't hit the eyes, and transfer the energy to the facial muscles. Atheshwara Stuti Prarthana Upasana Mantra. Stuti, praising the virtues of Ishvara God, because when we praise good qualities, general tendencies to filter them in our daily life and become virtuous. Prarthana, remember, prarthana is fruitful, prayers are fruitful only when we put up 100% physical and mental efforts to realize our goals. And upasana, meditation, communion, realization of the self, of the soul within the body, and second, with Ishvara God as the supreme consciousness, the ruler of this universe, and the one who awards the outcome of each and every single karma of ours. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yadbhadram Tanna Asuva Om Hiranyagarbha Samavartatagre Bhutasya Jata Patire Kasit Sadadhara Prithivim Dyamute Mam Kasmai Deva Yahavisha Vidhema Om Ya Atmada Balada Yasya Vishwa Upasate Prashisham Yasya Deva Yasya Chayamritam Yasya Mrityu Kasmai Devaya Visha Vidhema Om Ya Atmada Balada Yasya Vishwa Upasate Prashisham Yasya Deva Yasya Chayamritam Yasya Mrityu Kasmai Devaya Visha Vidhema Om Yah Pranato Nimishato Mahitvaika Idraja Jagato Babhuva Ya Ishe Yasya Dvipadascha Tushpada Kasmai Devaya Visha Vidhema Om Ye Nadyo Rugra Prithivi Chadridha Ye Na Swasta Bhitam Ye Na Naka Yo antarikshe rajaso vimana kasmai devaya visha vidhema. Om prajapate natvadeta nyanyo vishvajata niparita babhuva yatkamaste jo mastanno astu vayam syama patayorainam. Om sano bandhurjanita savidhata dhama niveda bhuvanani vishva yatra deva amrita manasha nastritiye dhaman adhyairayanta. Om Agnena Yasupatha Raye Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan Yuyodhyasmadjoranameno Puishtam Te Nama Uktim Pidhema. Itishwar Stuti Prarthana Upasana Prakaranam. In the first mantra, Vishwani Deva, praying to Ishwar God that inspires our soul and the soul drives the mind to drive all the body organs from evil and fill in all the good beneficial things in life. Second mantra, Patire Kasit, we ourselves are saying Ishwar is only one and the only one and only ruler of this universe. Hiranyagarbha, the golden womb, the creator of this universe. Then in the sixth mantra, we are praying Vayam Syama Patayo Rainam. This is a clear indication to us because we are praying to Ishwar God to become masters of both worldly and spiritual treasures. So we become masters of both worldly and spiritual sciences to be able to live life on the path of dharma, artha, kam, and moksha. And the last mantra reminds us of the first prayer. It says, Yo dhyasmad johura nameno, that we always be inspired to remove kutilta roop, pap roop, karma, that is all the evils and evil doings from our life. And we always be blessed by Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vedwan, always and everywhere be in the company of learned and elderly persons who would share their knowledge and their life experiences so that we not be repeating their errors and omissions and start doing the good things on a higher footing than they did. So that's a brief of Ishwara Stuti Prarthana Upasana. Now for Archman, please take water in the right palm. Free mantras, take sufficient water so that when you sip it, it goes down the throat, and take water at the beginning of each mantra. When we say Swaha, then sip that water. Om Amritopastara Namasi Swaha. Second time. Om Amrita Pidhanamasi Swaha. Third time. Om Satyam Yashah Shirmai Shri Shayatam Swaha. Wash the palm, the hand. Then take water in the left palm, using the middle and ring finger of the left hand We are going to touch various parts of the body. Remember, it's on your right hand side first, then on the left hand side, and always at the end of the mantra. ईश्वर से याचना करें कि हे प्रभु, जिन इंद्रियों को हम स्पर्श करने जा रहे हैं वो हमारे सुपथ सन्मार्ग पे चलने के लिए हमारे सहायक बने. Praying to Ishwar God for the inspiration so that all the organs that we are going to touch, the mind drives them to engage in righteous actions so that we'll be able to live life on the path of dharma, righteous living. Om Bhangamasyastu Om Nasorme Pranostu Om Akshanorme Chakshurastu Om Karaniyorme Shrotramastu Om Bahorme Balamastu Om Urvorma Ojustu Om Arishtani Mangani Tanustanva Me Sasantu. Lighting of the lamp at the end of this mantra. Om Bhur Bhuvasva. Now using the camphor to introduce the fire into the Havan Kun at the end of this mantra. Om Bhur Bhuvasva Dhyoriva Bhumna Prithiviva Varimna Tasyaste Prithivi Deva Yajani Prishthe Agni Manna Manna Dhyaya Dadhe. Agni Samindan mantra. To get the fire blazing, since already lit, we are going to sprinkle 2 free spoonfuls of ghee on the fire so that it starts blazing. Om Udbudhya Svagni Pratijagrihi Tvamishta Purte Sansrijetamayancha Asmin Sadhaste Adyutarasmin Vishve Deva Yajamanascha Sidata. Samidhadan, free mantras here. Take 3 pieces of Samidha wood stick, and with that, each time we say Swaha, off, dip into ghee and then offer to the fire. 4 mantras here. The first Samidha with this mantra. Om Ayanta Idmatma Jata Vedaste Nedya Swavardha Swachedda Vardaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Namnadyena Samedhaya Swa Idam Agnaye Jata Vedase Idam Navama. Second Samidha, we have 2 mantras here. It will be on the second Swaha that you please offer to the fire. Om Samidhagnim Duvasyata Gritervodayata Tithim Asmin Havya Juhotana Swaha Idamagne Idam Navama. Om Susamidhaya Shotishe Gritam Tivram Juhotana Agnaye Jata Vedase Swaha Idam Agnaye Jata Vedase Idam Navama. Third Samidha with this mantra. Om Tantva Samidbhirangiro Gritena Vardhayamasi Prihachotaya Vishtaya Swaha Idam Agnayangirase Idam Navama. Om Panchagrit Ahuti, offering of ghee 5 times to the fire with 1 mantra, so that the fire gets blazing, because shortly after that we'll be putting ghee and samagri, so that the blazing fire does the process of combustion, burning to produce energy, then the higher process of evaporation and sublimation, breaking down the ghee and samagri into microparticles, diffusing them into the atmosphere as vapors. And remember, when we are chanting the mantra, try to take a deep, long breath chant the mantra in one single breath. That will do your pranayam, activate your lungs, bring more oxygen, as well as bring the vapors of the medicinal herbs in the samagri to our lungs, to our bloodstream, and boost our immunity. Ghee. Om mayanta idmatma jata vedaste nedya swavartha swachedda vardaya chasman prajaya pashubhir brahma varchase namnadyena samedhayasva idam agnaye jata vedase idam namama Om ayanta idmatma jata vedaste nedya swavardha swachedda vardhaya chasman prajaya pashuvir brahma varchase namnadyena samedhaya svaha idam agnaye jata vedase idam namama Om ayanta idmatma jata vedaste nedya swavardha swachedda vardhaya chasman prajaya pashuvir brahma varchase namnadyena samedhaya sva idam agnaye jata vedase idam namama Om ayanta idmatma jata vedaste nedya swavardha swachedda vardhaya chasman prajaya pashuvir brahma varchase namnadyena samedhaya sva idam agnaye jata vedase idam namama Om ayanta idmatma jata vedaste nedya swavardha swachedda vardhaya chasman prajaya pashuvir brahma varchase namnadyena samedhaya sva idam agnaye jata vedase idam namama Jal sechanam, sprinkling of water around the Havan Kund, first in the north. Om Adite Numanyasva. Second, first in the east, second on the west. Om Anumate Numanyasva. Third in the north. Om Saraswati Numanyasva. Now all around the Havan Kund, starting from northeast, moving clockwise and finishing to the point where we started, that is the northeast. Om Deva Savita Prasavayadyam Prasavayadyapatim Bhagaya Divyo Gandharva Ketapuke Tanna Punatu Vachaspatira Vachanna Swadatu Agharavadyahuti, ahutis of ghee, north, south, and then center. Remember, pouring the ghee in the streamlined form from the west to the east. So this one from northwest to northeast. Om Agnaye Svaha. Idam Agnaye Idam Namama. Southwest to southeast. Om Somaya Svaha. Idam Somaya Idam Namama. Center. Om Prajapataye Svaha. Idam Prajapataye Idam Namama. Om Indraya Svaha. Idam Indraya Idam Namama. Ahutis for the morning and the evening, Pratakalin and Sayankalin Ahutiya. Now we are offering both ghee and samagri. Om Suryo Jyotir Jyoti Surya Svaha. Om Suryo Varcho Jyotir Varcha Svaha. Om Jyoti Surya Suryo Jyoti Svaha. Om Sajurdevena Savitra Sajurushasendраvatya Jushana Suryavetu Swa. Om Agnir Jyotir Jyotiragni Swaha. Om Agnir Varcho Jyotir Varcha Swaha. Om Swaha. Om Sajurdevena Savitra Sajuratrendраvatya Jushano Agnirvetu Swaha. Mantras for both morning and evening. Om. These mantras hint to us Pranaya Swaha, Vyanaya Swaha, Apanaya Swaha, Pran, Apan, and Vyan, the three main life forces in our body. And if we are chanting the mantras, synchronizing our breath with the chanting, we'll be doing the pranayam, activating the three key life forces in our body, the main breath among the 10 that we have. And that is going to boost our health, keep us always strong, physically, mentally, spiritually. Om Bhuragnaye Pranaya Swaha. Idam Agnaye Pranaya Idam Navama. Om Bhuvarvaive Pranaya Swaha. Idam Vaive Pranaya Idam Navama. Om Swaradityaya Vyanaya Swaha. Idam Adityaya Vyanaya Idam Navama. Om Bhurvaswaragnivaivaditebhya Pranapanavyanabhya Swaha. Idam Agnivaivaditebhya Pranapanavyanabhya Idam Navama. Om Apo Jyotirasomritam Brahmavurvaswarom Swaha. Om Yam Medham Devagana Pitarashchopasate Tayama Madhyamedhyagni Medhavinam Kuru Swaha. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yadbhadram Tanna Suva Swaha. Om Agnena Yaspatara Yasman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan Yuyodhyasmadduhra Nameno Bhuishtham te namoktim vidhema swaha. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo yo na prachodayat swaha. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yadbhadram Tanna Suva Swaha. Now we are going to do some special mantras. The first batch of mantras would be for those who are suffering, praying to Ishwar God for their good health and good self-management. And among us, we had Prem Kapoorji, who made a request. She has one relative, Vinod Tandonji, suffering. So praying to Ishwar God for his good health and for the good health of all those who are actually suffering, especially in the times of the pandemic. But remember, the mantra guides us also to we exercise self-care, care on our food, care with some good physical exercises, with good pranayam, etc., to be in good health. If we don't help ourselves, God won't help us. Om Tat Chakshurdeva Hitam Purastat Chukramucharat Pashyema Sharadah Shatam Jivema Sharadah Shatam Shinuyama Sharadah Shatam Prabravama Sharadah Shatam Adinasyama Sharadah Shatam Bhuyascha Sharadah Shatat Swaha. This mantra praying for long life, but also Pashyema Sharadaha Shatam, Jivema Sharadaha Shatam, Shinuyama Sharadaha Shatam. All the body organs, for example, the eyes, the ears, and all the other organs be functioning properly till our last day on this earth with this body. Next mantra. Om Tejosi Tejomai Dehi Viryamasi Viryamai Dehi Balamasi Balamai Deyo So Deyos Yojomai Dehi Manyorasi Manyumai Dehi Sahosi Sahomai Dehi Swa. And this one, Ishwar Tejosi Tejomai Dehi. Ishwar God is all energetic. So pray to Ishwar God, make us all energetic. Varyam Masi, Varyam Mai Dehi. Ishwar with its immense potential, immense power, make us vigorous and powerful. Balamasi, Balam Mai Dehi. Make us conscientious of our power, use the power for good things. Ojos Yojo Mai Dehi, Ishwar the all lustrous by the creation of the universe. So let us be also lustrous through our words, through our thoughts and our deeds, that is through our personality. Then Manyum Manyorasi Manyum Mai Dehi. Ishwar is not never angry, but he only expresses anger at wrongdoings, not at the wrongdoer. Let's be like that. Manyu Hamede Krodhani. Krodh is anger against the evildoer. But anger against evildoer will provoke the ayu within us. But if we have angst against the evil doings, then we'll hate evil doings and will never, never indulge in evil. The last part says, Saho si Saho Mahidhe. Ishwar God is of immense, tremendous patience. Grant us patience in our life. Next mantra. Next mantra is also used for those who are celebrating special days, birthdays, etc. Om Shatam Jiva Sharado Varadhamana Shatan Hemantan Shatamu Vasantan Shatamindragni Savita Brihaspati Shatayusha Vishemam Punardo Swaha. So this mantra says, by engaging in righteous actions, exercising self-control, we pledge to do our utmost to reach 100 years of life and beyond. How? By mastering energy, our physical energy, mental energy, spiritual energies. And the first one is to master the physical energy. And that we can learn in Sandhya from Vaka Vaka, Prana Prana, Chakshu Chakshu, and Bhupnato Shirasi, Bhupnato Netrayo, etc. Then by mastering Agni, Agni, the physical fire, the physical energy, and also the light of knowledge. Surya, use the sunlight, especially the morning rays and the evening rays, sunset and sunrise. Ayurveda says, तिरछी किरणों से हमारे स्वास्थ्य को बढ़ावा मिलता है. That is, the morning and the evenings rays of the sunlight hitting our body energizes our body and gives us vitamin A, D, and E, which we don't get normally in food. So that's a natural way of Ishvara energizing our body. Then it says, Hemantan Chatamu Vasantan. Be careful of the transitional seasons, spring and fall. And boost our health by consuming lots of vegetables and fruits which are according to the seasons. Then Shatam Indragni Savita Brihaspati. Use the fire for healing. And the fire for healing is, one process is Agnihotra Havan Yajya. Then Savita Brihaspati Shatayusha Havishemam Punardo. We'll also take the divine inspiration, Brihaspati, of the Almighty Ishvara God. We'll use that divine inspiration in our life, apply that to live a healthy and prosperous, peaceful life. Om Jivastha Divyasam Sarvamayur Jivyasam Upajivastha Divyasam Sarvamayur Jivyasam Sanjivastha Sanjivyasam Sarvamayur Jivyasam Jivalastha Divyasam Sarvamayur Jivyasam Sva. This weekend is Mother's Day. Let's look at 2 free mantras where the Vedas talk about their mother. We are going to offer special ahutis at the end of the mantra with Swaha. Yajurved, that is 12th chapter, and mantra 39. Om Punarasadya Sadanama Pascha Prithvi Magne She Maturiya Thopasthe Antarasyam Shivatamasa. And this mantra tells us that sons and daughters, like the mother is devoted to her children, to her sons and daughters, similarly, the sons and daughters should be devoted. Mother cares for us when we are babies and children. And when they become old, it's the time for us to care for them. Then it says, never, never go against the guidance and the instructions shared by the parents by way of their life experiences. And from that, if we go according to that, we'll always, because the mother and the father are there to always put us on the right track, on the path of Dharma. So be aware of that, because when we become in turn parents, then we'll learn our lessons. So we better learn it from the very beginning, rather be, as we say, wise after the event. It's to be wise before the event rather than wise after the event. Next mantra from chapter 16, and it's mantra 15. Om Mano Mahanta Mutama Nira Bharakam Mana Ukshantam Mutamana Ukshitam Mano Vadhi Pitaram Mutamatara Mana Priyastanvo Rudra Ririshasva. This mantra says, the really brave people, like those who go to war, and life is a war because it's a battle always to fight for Dharma, to stay on the path of Dharma and stay away from evil, on the path to stay on truth and stay away from untruth, on the path to assume our duties and responsibilities. So let's remember, our training is by our parents, and that training starts with the mother first, then the father, then the gurus and mentors that we have in our life. So if we follow that pattern, that training will always be leading a life moving towards heightened levels of happiness in our life. Next mantra from chapter 18, it's mantra 30 from Yajurved. Om Vajasya tu prasave mataram mahi maditim nama vachasa karamahe यस्यामिदं विश्वभुवनामा विवेश तार्यानो देव सविता धर्म सवीषत् स्वाहा. This mantra says, Ishvara has created this universe. And as creator of this universe, is created the first generation of human beings from Mother Earth. That's why the first mother is Ishvara as the creator. That's why we always chant Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva. Then Dharti Ma, Bhumi Mata. Then third is the mother who's given us birth. And if we follow that guidance, we follow the guidance of Ishvara, we'll always be happy and make all around us happy. Now, we'll be proceeding towards closing of this yaj. Aryan is there for Gayatri Mantra and Trayambakam Yajamahe. Louder, please.
Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsavitosvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsavitosvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsavitosvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardanam Urvarukmi Bandhanam Mrityormukshamamritat Swaha. Om Bhurbhuvah Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardanam Urvarukmi Bandhanam Mrityormukshamamritat Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardanam Urvarukmi Bandhanam Mrityormukshamamritat Swaha.
Swishtakrit Ahuti. If you have prasad, then one ahuti of prasad and ghee, otherwise only ghee, please. Om Yadasya Karmanavatyaricham Yadyanyonmihakaram Agnishta Shreshta Krit Vidyat Sarvam Swishtam Suhutam Karotu Me Agnaye Shrishta Krite Suhutahute Sarvaprayashchita Hutinam Kamanam Samardhetre Sarvana Kaman Samardheya Svaha. Idam Agnaye Shrishtakrite Idam Namama. One ahuti of ghee. Om Swaha Idam Prajapataye Idam Namama. Now moving for Purnahuti, free ahutis of both ghee and samagri. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. Put everything down. Join the palms together for Mahavam Devyagan. Free mantras from Samved. Praying to Ishvara God for Sukh, happiness, Shanti, peace, Samriddhi, prosperity. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha. Kayanashitra Bhuvaduti Sada Vridha Sakha कयाशचेष्टया वृता ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः कस्त्वा सत्यो मदानां मंहिष्ठो मत्सदन्धस दृदाचिदारुजेवसो ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः अभीषो नः सखीनामवीता चरित्रणाम् शतं भवास्योतये ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः यज्ञ प्रार्थना धनंजय प्लीज
पूजनीय प्रभो हमारे भाव उज्ज्वल कीजिए छोड़ देंगे छल कपट को मानसिक बल दीजिए वेद की बोले ऋचाएं सत्य को धारण करे हर्ष में हो मान सारे शोक सागर से तरे आश्वमेधा रचाएं यज्ञ पर उपकार को मर्यादा चलाकर लाभ दे संसार को नित्य श्रद्धा भक्ति से यज्ञादि हम करते रहें रोग पीड़ित विश्व के संताप सब हरते रहें भावना मिट जाए मन से पाप अत्याचार की कामनाएं पूर्ण होवे यज्ञ से नर नार की लाभकारी हो हवन हर जीवधारी के लिए वायु जल सर्वत्र हो शुभ गंध को धारण किए स्वार्थ भाव निते हमारा प्रेम पथ विस्तार हो इदं मम का सार्थक प्रत्येक में व्यवहार हो प्रेम रस में मान होकर वंदना हम कर रहे नाथ करुणा रूप करुणा आपकी सब पर रहे पूजनीय प्रभु हमारे भाव उज्ज्वल कीजिए छोड़ देवे छल कपट को मानसिक बल दीजिए प्रभु आत्मिक बल दीजिए सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् सबका भला करो भगवान सब पर दया करो भगवान सब पर कृपा करो हे महान सबका सब विधि हो कल्याण देश सब सुखी हो, कोई न हो दुखारी, सब हो निरोग भगवन, धन धान्य के भंडारी, सब भातृ भाव देखे, सन्मार्ग के पथिक हो, दुखिया न कोई होवे, सृष्टि में प्राणधारी, हे नाथ सब सुखी हो, कोई न हो दुखारी, सब हो निरोग भगवन, धन धान्य के भंडारी, त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव, कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्ते हृदयारविन्दे मम नमामि सहितं नमामि।
Ashirvad, blessings. Join the palms together, close the eyes gently, and just pay attention that the blessings, the grace of Ishvara is always flowing around us. It's for us to become the appropriate recipient. And this is by the practice of self-restraint, engaging in good karma, good thoughts, good words, and good actions. Goodness at all levels, 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Om Satya Santo Yajamanasya Kama. Om Purna Santo Yajamanasya Kama. Om Safala Santo Yajamanasya Kama. Satya Santo, the wishes, the desires of the Yajaman be truthful. Purna Santo, the wishes of the Yajaman be complete. And Safala Santo, the truthful wishes, desires of the Yajaman be complete with 100% success. Swasti Mantra. Om Swasti na Indro Vridhashrava Swasti na Posha Vishvaveda Swasti nastaksharyo Arishtanemi Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadhatu Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shinuyama Deva Bhadram Pashyemakshaviriyazitra Sthirairangeshtoshtvang Sastanurabhirvyashemahi Devahitam Yadayu. Om Swasti Swasti Swasti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gratitude. Thanks to Ishvara God for having given us this day of today to be able to participate in this yaj. For the means, the resources is given to us to embark on this yaj. For the knowledge of the Vedas, for our parents, the gurus, the rishis we had handing us over good sanskar and good knowledge. And to all those who directly and indirectly contributed to the yaj of today to be a success. Now for bhajan, please, volunteers. Just raise your hand, unmute yourself, and you may start. Prem ji, yes.
उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई, अब रैन कहाँ जो सोवत है। जो जागत है सो पावत है, जो सोवत है सो खोवत है। उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई। टुक नींद से अखियां खोल जरा, और अपने प्रभु से ध्यान लगा। ये प्रीत करन की रीत नहीं, प्रभु जागत है तू सोवत है। उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई, अब रैन कहाँ जो सोवत है। जो कल करना है आज कर ले, जो आज करना है अब कर ले। जब चिड़ियों ने चुग खेत लिया, फिर पछताए क्या होवत है। उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई, अब रैन कहाँ जो सोवत है। नादान भुगत करनी अपनी, है पापी पाप में चैन कहाँ। जब पाप की गठड़ी शीश धरी, फिर शीश पकड़ क्यों रोवत है। उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई, अब रैन कहाँ जो सोवत है। जो जागत है सो पावत है, जो सोवत है सो खोवत है। उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Prem ji. Inspiring bhajan. Awakening. And it's not awakening just for some time, but awakening whenever we are engaging in karma. Mindfulness at all times. Next, please. Okay, I'll do one small one. That's सब वेद पढ़ें सुविचार बढ़ें, बल पाय चढ़ें नित्य ऊपर को। सब वेद पढ़ें सुविचार बढ़ें, बल पाय चढ़ें नित्य ऊपर को। अविरुद्ध रहें ऋजु पंथ गए, अविरुद्ध रहें ऋजु पंथ गए। परिवार कहें वसुधा भर को, परिवार कहें वसुधा भर को। सब वेद पढ़ें सुविचार बढ़ें, बल पाय चढ़ें नित्य ऊपर को। ध्रुव धर्म धरें पर दुख हरें, ध्रुव धर्म धरें पर दुख हरें। तन त्याग तरे भव सागर को, तन त्याग तरे भव सागर को, सब वेद पढ़ें सुविचार बढ़ें, बल पाय चढ़े नित ऊपर को। दिन फेर पितावर दे सविता, दिन फेर पितावर दे सविता, हम आर्य करें जगती भर को, हम आर्य करें जगती भर को, सब वेद पढ़ें सुविचार बढ़ें, बल पाय चढ़े नित ऊपर को, सब वेद पढ़ें सुविचार बढ़ें, बल पाय चढ़े नित ऊपर को। Any of the volunteer for bhajan, please?
Acharya, I'll try one verse.
Yeah, Panditaji, welcome.
प्रभु गुण गा शुभ कर्म कमा, जीवन वेद अनुसार रे, जन्म सफल हो जाएगा। प्रभु गुण गा शुभ कर्म कमा, जीवन वेद अनुसार रे, जन्म सफल हो जाएगा। मधुर मधुर भक्ति रस पीकर आत्मा शुद्ध बना ले, मन रूपी मन मंदिर के अंदर जीवन ज्योत जगा ले। ओ बंदे जीवन ज्योत जगा ले, ओ भोले उसको उसका होले, जीना रचना संसार रे, जीवन जन्म सफल हो जाएगा। प्रभु गुण गा शुभ कर्म कमा, जीवन वेद अनुसार रे, जन्म सफल हो जाएगा, जन्म सफल हो जाएगा, जन्म सफल हो जाएगा। Thank you.
Thank you, Pandita जी। जीवन सफल हो जाएगा बहुत, that's attaining happiness, bliss in life, and there's no other way than following the path of dharma, the path of the Vedas. That's in 2 lines the message of this bhajan. So I'll leave it to Dhananjay ji for the welcome.
Welcome everyone for our Hindu Center of Atlanta's weekly Satsang today. We are joined together for the prayer. For this testing time, we have everybody is suffering. Some of the other people in the family or extended family are suffering due to this pandemic, and Acharji and is helping us to heal some of those pains. This weekend we have Mother's Day. So Acharji has a special message on the Mother's Day. Acharji will talk the significance and how to celebrate Mother's Day. Every day we have to remember the mother in the form of in the different form of mother, like Mother Earth, Mother Nature, the mother who gave us the birth, and other various forms of Mother. Acharyaji will explain all those things. Over to Acharyaji.
Om. Namaste, everybody. Let's sit down straight, close the eyes gently, deep inhale and exhale to bring our mind to focus. We'll be chanting Om 3 times with deep inhale and exhale. Slowly, gently open the eyes and keep the focus. So go through a screen share. So namaste and swagatam. Welcome everybody. This weekend we are celebrating Mother's Day. And the word we know in Hindi and Sanskrit is Mata. But the Vedas takes various forms of this word. Like when we were reading the mantras from Yajurveda, one word came there, Matu, then another Matara, then a third one, Matri. All these refer to the mother. And Mata, Matara, Matri, etc. comes from Mata Nirmata Bhavati. Mata, the mother, Nirmata, the making, Bhavati, that is mother, the make of the family, and giving birth to children. That is from Sanskrit. Mother's Day is a celebration honoring the mother of the family, celebrating beyond that motherhood, the maternal bonds linking the mother to the children, and the influence of mothers in society. We are celebrating Mother's Day this weekend. Remember, in the Vedic philosophy, this Pitri Yaj to be done every day. Gratitude to our elderly mother and father and other elderlies around us because of their contribution in our life. And it's celebrated on one day specially, that is in a grand way. A reminder to the whole world. That's the Mother's Day. But then remember, Vedic philosophy tells us Mother's Day is not for one day, it's for 365 days around the year. Now just look at this image. It's a reflection of the word mom. And the reflection says, wow. Really a big coincidence to say, but it's one way to express the beauty of mothers in our life, the beauty of maternal bonds, and the beauty of the mother's role in our making, in the making of society. And the Vedic philosophy, the Vedic Hindu philosophy refers to the first mother of everything in this world is Ishvara God. Mother of all and mother of all mothers. Remember, I had a mother and my mother had a mother, the mother again had a mother. If you go down the line, or rather up the line, we'll find God as the creator of the first generation of human beings in this planet. That's why we say, Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva Tvameva bandhoscha sakha tvameva Tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. So look at the beauty of this addressing God. The first word is Mata, then Pita. So mother first, then father as the creator, then Bandhush as the sibling, always by our side to prompt us towards the righteous path. Then Sakha, friend to encourage us on the righteous path, give us a gentle tap on the back, and to withhold us whenever we are moving on the wrong path. And this is the inner voice that does that. So the divine, the divinity acting as Bandhu and Sakha to us as the inner voice, the divine guide within us. Then Vidya, creating this universe with all the physical sciences that we know, and so many yet to be explored. Then the spiritual sciences handed over to us as the Vedas, the manual of righteous living in this universe. Then Dravinam, Ishvara as the creator of this universe, giving us all the material treasures in this universe. But the highest form of treasure is also the spiritual treasures. Both go hand in hand at the same time. Then Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. God is all to us as the creator, sustainer, operator, and ultimately will be the dissolver of this universe. He's given us life, and by the divine guidance, putting us on the right path away from evil, just as the mother does in our life. Mama Deva Deva, the benefactor. And this is the mother also is our benefactor, the mother who gave us birth. Then let's look at mother in the Vedic Hindu philosophy. We know that shlok, Matri Devo Bhava, Pitri Devo Bhava, Atithi Devo Bhava. Look at the ranking. Matri first, mother. Then second, Pitri, then Atithi. So Matri first, because when the child is not yet born, she's cared by the mother. That's why in the Garbhadhan Sanskar, Simantonayan Sanskar, and Punsavan Sanskar, we have a duty to care for the physical, mental, moral health of the mother to be. Then once the child is born, for the first probably 3-5 years, the child is more attached to the mother. The mother is always inspiring the child. She has a duty to play the role model. Along with the father, when the child starts walking, the father starts having a larger role in the life of the child. Then Atithi Devo Bhava. Atithi is not those who were invited to our place. Especially elderly and learned persons who visit us impromptu. And they share their life experiences and their life knowledge. So this is the role of the mother being given priority in the Vedic Hindu philosophy. Again, it's repeated when we say Matriman, Pitrivan, Acharyavan, Purusho Veda. This is from the Shatpat Brahman. So it gives the ranking that when the child has a mother, a father, and gurus, teachers, mentors who are righteous and play the role models in their life, that child is blessed to be happy in the life. And the first role comes again to the mother. Next, let's see how the Vedas guide us to realize peace, progress, and prosperity within the family. There's one mantra which Maharshi Dayananda Saraswati has taken in the Grihast Ashram Prakaranam of the Sanskar Vidhi. It's immediately after the Vivaha Sanskar. It says, Om Anuvrataha Pitu Putro Matra Bhavatu Sanmana Jaya Patye Madhumatim Vacham Vadatu Shantivan. So this mantra is saying what? Anuvrata Pitu Putro Matra Bhavatu Sanmana. Children, that is Putra, be like-minded and dear. Sanmanaha to the mother Matra. And the father Pitu with congenial behavior Anuvrata. So Putra refers to children. Sorry, I've missed the brackets. Children be like-minded and dear to the mother and to the father with congenial behavior. The second part of this mantra says, Jaya Patye Madhumatim Vacham Vadatu Shantivam. Parents need to exercise the duty of care for their children. Like the wife, Jaya, always calm, Shantivam, upholding a pleasant character, Madhumatim, and is soft-spoken, Vacham Vadatu, towards the husband. So this mantra lays emphasis on the mutual relationships. We care for the child in a very selfless way to make the child happy and to care for his or her needs till the child grows to be independent, and beyond that, always wishing him or her well. And in turn, when we grow old, we need care. Probably they'll come forward by themselves to return that gratitude, to pay back gratitude. As we say, Pitreren. And parents have a duty to care for their children. But children also have to pay attention to the guidance. And as we say, a devoted child is whom? One who follows the guidance and the instructions of the parents. And if we go into the Manusmriti, it also says that parents who neglect the learning process of the kids are the first and foremost enemies of the children. So we need to be friendly, to be of congenial behavior, pleasant behavior towards the children. And this is the main role comes to the mother, then the father, and then everybody around. That's why motherhood is celebrated during this weekend. This mantra is a call for duty from one and all, from parents to be role models, for children to be devoted to parents, and a friendly atmosphere will rule, and the house will become a home where good environment will prevail. All are good-natured, and the family shall be blessed with peace, progress, and prosperity. There's a second mantra in the same part of the Sanskar Vedi which Maharshi Dyanand quotes. It says, Ma brata brataram dvikshan ma swasara mutaha swasa samyancha savrata bhutva vacham badata bhadraya. So the mother teaches the kids to have good sibling relationships. And when those kids are grown up, they are married, they also have respect for their in-laws. And when they have the respect for the in-laws, that shows the good upbringing on both sides. The husband, family, and the wife's family. And if we grow in this process like this, I think we'll have a much better world at the end of the day. And that better world will come by itself, by the genial behavior which we teach our children and which the children will reciprocate in their life, replicate in their life. And reciprocating good behavior, good nature is going to create or increase happiness in society. The Vedas refer to Mata, Mataram, Matrishu, Matri, Matu, and so many exponentials of the word. And the definitions given in the mantras refers to learned, wise. Why learned and wise? Because the mother is recognized universally as the first university in the life of the child. And if we go into the 22nd mantra of the 20th chapter of the Yajurved, ladies are addressed as Purandhera Yosha. So those who should be given the best opportunity to learn, to become learned, to become wise, and to be the best universities to their kids. Mother also is referred to the one who gives birth, who is respected, who nurtures and protects the children. The sky is referred as Matari, because of its vastness. And the comparison is the mother's heart is as vast as the sky. We have other examples coming. The next one, the mother who gives birth, who confers knowledge. She's the one who also transfers knowledge to the child when the child is still in the womb, when the child has taken birth. Then the mother, she gives proper guidance to the child. She's going to lay the foundations to the attainment of the four Purusharth: Dharma, righteous living; Artha, righteous earnings; Kama, righteous enjoyment; and Moksha, salvation, liberation from the cycle of birth and death. The Veda says that these foundations, if the mother is properly educated or has the knowledge and the capacity to do that, she's going to lay the firm foundations for the child to go forward on the path of Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. This is not me. This is Rishi Dayanand giving the definition of Mata from the Vedas. Then Bhumi, the earth, also is referred to as Mata. And we know the patience of mothers. Like the earth, whatever you do to it, it never plays it back. Yeah, it plays it back. It takes a time. But the mother never plays it back. She's always patient and she waits for better days. Then Ratri Dine, that is another definition for Mata. Ratri, as soothing as the night. Dine, that is as active throughout as we are during the day. And remember, when the child is very young, the mother is active day and night, 24 hours a day, because the child doesn't know our cycle of sleep. And if it wakes up in the night twice, thrice, 10 times, we have to continue care for the child. Then mother is referred also as to pran, the breath, because she is life-sustaining. And by life sustainer, she also gives us vitality. Mother is also referred to as Vayu, and Vayu, these words are also referred both ways. Mother is referred to that, and that is referred as mother. Vayu, refreshing. And when the child is probably tired or stressed, he or she goes to the mother to refresh himself, herself. Then Vayu for the wind. Remember the force of the wind. And the inspiration, the good guidance of the mother is as forceful as the wind. Then mother is also referred as the Raja Prajya Janao, as the ruler who cares and protects the subjects. And the mother cares and protects her children. It's vice versa. Raja is also referred to as mother, and mother is also referred to as Raja. Then Akash, space, accommodating. Accommodating, as I said, she will accommodate. The child has woken up in the middle of the night 2 times, 3 times. She will always accommodate her time, her sleep, and everything. And even when the child is grown up, she will also be accommodating there. So these are the rules. And the rules also, as we say, yatha pinde tatha brahmande, yatha brahmande tatha pinde. As we see at the micro level, we also see that at the macro level, and whatever happens at the macro level, level of the universe, we see that at the smallest level in life, in society, and in the universe. So that's one way of referring, the references are given. Mother is referred to as Vidya, and Vidya is referred to as mother, knowledge on the path of progress. Vidyut for energy, for movement. Agni, the fire, purifying. Veda, and this we know. Stutamaya Varada Veda Mata, the sciences for advancement, for progress. Then Kripalava, as the symbol of compassion, humane qualities. Then referred to as Vidusha Satya Shiksha Pradhanina Shodhi Deva. The wise, learned, source of true knowledge, resourceful in the character molding, bestowing bliss to the child. And if we look otherwise, the one who gives the true knowledge, who is learned, who makes the child become wise, he or she also is qualified as the mother. And we'll come to that with examples. So these are the references that are given to us. Let's look at some of the examples, probably from history and from Itihas, the 2 epics that we know, the Ramayana and Mahabharata. Looking into those 2 epics, Itihas, historical major events in the Vedic Hindu philosophy. The Ramayana, we always refer to Sita as Mata Sita because for the excellent qualities, devotion, dedication to the family, and also devotion, dedication to her children and to those around. Even when she was in Ashok Vatika, when Ravan kidnapped her and was kept as in the Ashok Vatika, even the Rakshas who were appointed to look upon her, those who tormented her, she always dealt with them with respect. If we look at other personalities of the Ramayana, we see Kaushalya and Kaikeyi, two opposite characters. Kaushalya becomes renowned for her patience, for the good, as we say from this slide which you have in front of you, Vidushya Satya Siksha Pradhanena Shuddhi Teva. For her learning, for her wisdom, and for her resourcefulness, especially in adverse situations. Kaikeyi, unfortunately, in spite of her being a brilliant warrior, but when she follows what mantra fills into her head, then she goes on the path of evil. Unfortunately, she bears the brunt and carries it as being one of the causes of the war in the Ramayana. Then look at the third personality, another brilliant mother, Mandodari, the wife of Ravan. When Ravan does all the wrong things, she at each and every time hints to Ravan that you are on the wrong path, please regear your life. And when Meghnad goes on the wrong path, at the instigation of Ravan, she again hints at Meghnad that you are doing wrong. The wrong was Sita was kidnapped. You have a duty to return Sita, or else all be finished with this war. Unfortunately, Meghnad doesn't follow her advice, and we all know the consequences. Mandodari was the one who always rejected evil. And when Ravan died, Meghnad died, she was in grief, but knowing the higher cause, she knew how to manage herself. She knew the higher cause was Dharma, and Ram was on the side of Dharma. Now, if we look at the Mahabharata, let's look at Sri Krishna. Devaki, the mother who's given birth to Sri Krishna. But who is more renowned between Devaki and Yashoda? Yashoda is the one who nurtures Krishna as a child to grow into an adult. Devaki is less known, Yashoda is more renowned for that. So we see the maker of the child. And that's really inspiring. Inspiring in the sense that the one who molds the character of the child gets better name and fame. Remember, mothers don't nurture their child to get name and fame. They nurture the child, they look at the growth of the child, they care for the child, they protect the child so that the child grows to be a good citizen of the country. But that is one example there. Then if we look at the other example, would be comparing Kunti and Gandhari. Kunti is a widow, but always guiding the children to be righteous, to always be on the path of Dharma. The mistake is Yudhishthir going into the gambling game, the game of dice. And he lives to regret that. Otherwise, all the children are known to be Dharmatma. But look at Gandhari. I was reading one article today, and it says, who is worse than the blind? It says, the one who has sight but no vision. And this is what Gandhari does. She has sight, but blindfolds herself and blindfold her vision, even though she was learned, but then goes into history as the one who was overshadowed by more, by attachment to the sons, even knowing the sons were on the wrong track. So we see the Itihas, Ramayana and Mahabharata gives us the real life examples. And the reverence in history is towards Sita, towards Kaushalya, not Kaikeyi. It's towards Kunti, not Gandhari. It's towards Yashoda more than Devaki. And this gives us the examples and the role of mothers in life. For that purpose, it goes in line with the Pitri Yajna, where Mother's Day, Father's Day is a daily routine, caring for living mothers and fathers. Unfortunately, present day world is more caring about those who are no longer in our midst. We'll find so many people paying homage to the mother and father, paying less attention to the teachings, but taking a bouquet and going to put it there at the tomb. That's of no purpose. The soul has already migrated and taken birth somewhere else in somebody other body. And that body has already, as we say, putrefied, mixed with the earth, and the Hindus, they burn, it reduces to ashes and goes into the 5 elements of this universe. So really, Mother's Day is to be celebrated. Celebrate mothers in our life when they are leaving. And for the present generation, with the children growing, let's be role models so that when the children grow up, they know that devotion, dedication to a mother, devotion, dedication to a father is following the guidelines, the instructions of the mother and the father. It's all walking the talk, leading by examples that will be able to inculcate that spirit in our children. Thank you for your attention. I just hope I've been able to just make a brief and overview of that. And if you have any queries, you can just take it to us on Facebook Messenger Hindu Center of Atlanta. You can always view our previous programs on YouTube. The channel is Hindu Center of Atlanta, and write to us at hinducenterofatlanta@gmail.com. Otherwise, our cell phone numbers are there, and you can always reach me on WhatsApp on this number. Thank you for your attention. Wish you well. Wish you all a pleasant weekend. Happy Mother's Day. If you're a mother alive, pay homage to her, pay respect to her. And if she is no more, just remember the good teachings and follow the good teachings, those guidelines, and we'll be happy in our life. Thank you for your attention. Namaste ji. Om.
Now we'll start with the Aarti, Acharya.
Yes.
Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Swami Jai Jagadish Hare. भक्त जनों के संकट, आर्य जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। जो ध्यावे फल पावे, दुख बिन से मन का। स्वामी दुख बिन से मन का। सुख संपत्ति घर आवे, सुख संपत्ति घर आवे। कष्ट मिटे तन का। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। मात पिता तुम मेरे, शरण गहूँ मैं किसकी। स्वामी शरण गहूँ मैं किसकी। तुम बिन और न दूजा, प्रभु बिन और न दूजा। आस करूँ मैं जिसकी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तुम पूर्ण परमात्मा, तुम अंतर्यामी। स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी। पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर, पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर। तुम सबके स्वामी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तुम करुणा के सागर, तुम पालन करता। स्वामी तुम पालन करता। मैं मूर्ख खल कामी, मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी। कृपा करो भरता। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तुम हो एक अगोचर, सबके प्राणपति। स्वामी सबके प्राणपति। किस विध मिलूं दया मैं, किस विध मिलूं दया मैं। हो मैं कुमति। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। दीन बंधु दुख हरता, तुम रक्षक मेरे। स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे। अपने हाथ उठाओ, अपनी शरण लगाओ। द्वार पड़ा है तेरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। विषय विकार मिटाओ, पाप हरो देवा। स्वामी कष्ट हरो देवा। श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ। संतन की सेवा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तन मन धन सब है तेरा, स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा, तेरा तुझको अर्पण, तेरा तुझे समर्पण, क्या लागे मेरा। ओम जय जगदीश हरि। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट, आद जनों के संकट, क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। शांति पाठ आचार्य जी।
Yes, please. So closing prayers now, Shanti Path. Before that, one small prayer for blessings for all those who joined us today, and for all this world which we say Vasudev Kutumbakam, the world as one family. भगवान इस परिवार को सुख का सदा वरदान दो, ज्ञान की गंगा बहाकर शुद्ध वैदिक ज्ञान दो, निरोग होकर सब जिए शतवर्ष आयुष्मान हो, धन धान्य से पूरित सदा यश युक्त कीर्तिमान हो, पुत्र पौत्रादिक सभी बलवान हो, श्रीमान हो, विद्वान हो, मतिमान हो, धर्मात्मधीमान हो. Shanti Path in the yogic meditative form, joining each Shanti with a respective word. Om Dyo Shanti Antariksham Shanti Prithvi Shanti Apah Shanti ओषधयः शान्ति वनस्पतयः शान्ति विश्वे देवाः शान्ति ब्रह्म शान्ति सर्वं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति साम शान्तिरेधि ॐ शान्ति Shanti, Shanti. Dhananjay ji.
O God, by your grace, may the celestial regions be peaceful, the space be peaceful, the earth be peaceful, the waters be peaceful, the seasonal crops and medicinal plants be peaceful, the perennial plants and vegetation be peaceful, the learned and elderly be conducive to peace and prosperity. May the Supreme Creator, reliever of pain and affliction, bring us peace. May the universe be peaceful. May peace be peaceful. May that peace be with us. May there be cosmic, physical, and spiritual peace. Now, at the end, we will recite the Bhojan mantra. Om Annapate Annasya no Dehanami Vasya Shushmidaha Prapradaतारं तारिष ऊर्जं नो धेहि द्विपदे चतुष्पदे। हे अन्न के स्वामी प्रभु, आप हमें अन्न दो जो रोग रहित और पुष्टिकारक हो। आप अन्नदाता का कल्याण करो, दो पाए मनुष्यों और सौ पाए पशुओं आदि में तेज कारक करो। ओ अन्नदाता ईश्वर, giver of food, kindly provide us the healthy and energy producing food. Grant serenity to those who give food in charity. May all living beings be blessed with energy giving food. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Namaste everybody. सभी लोगों को सादर नमस्ते. So we
Thank
can
you
share our
everyone
views.
for joining today. Thank you everyone for joining today. Just for a reminder, we have a weekly program for the kids and young youth on every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That is called Sanatan Dharma Simplified. Every weekend, Saturday morning, 10:30, our weekly satsang, and on Sunday, 9 p.m. every Sunday Eastern Time for the spiritual learning for the adults. Please do join us if your time permits. Hope to see you again next week. Thank you and have a nice
Ranjay, we
weekend.
can keep it open for 5 minutes. If anyone wants to share the wishes or their opinions, it's Mother's Day tomorrow.
Okay, Acharya.
So just unmute yourself for anyone who wants to share wishes and opinions and ideas. Unmute yourself and then you can address us.
Acharya ji and to all listeners, I would like to say namaste to all and a very, very good service. And really, it's simple and it's very essential to what we really think a Mother's Day should be like. And I'd like to wish you all the best and thanks for bringing us such a wonderful service on this day. Thank you.
Thank you, Satish ji.
Thank you, Satish ji.
आचार्य जी नमस्ते जी.
Yes, namaste ji, Dr. Di.
एक विचार है.
Yes.
इस विश्व में केवल नारी जाति ऐसी है जो अपने परिवार को छोड़ करके जाती है और दूसरे परिवार को फली फूलित करती है. उसका त्याग से ही ये संसार चलता है. लेकिन कुछ ऐसे तत्व हैं जिनको स्वामी दयानंद ने सत्यात प्रकाश में लिखा मत है. इन अदर वर्ड्स देयर इज अ डॉक्ट्रिन, देयर इज अ थिंकिंग ऑफ पीपल who call them as a second class, and this is especially true in Middle East, mostly in Muslims, and I am telling in that is a fact because Quran says very clearly there is no right for the women, and actually the Quran is a copy of Torah. Torah was the Hebrew Moses book, which is also told that given by the God, and then another book called Injil, which is in other words is a part of Old Testament, New Testament, or they call Bible. These are all the copies of each one, and they carry the same kind of philosophy. But Christianity has come in the Middle Ages. They have done the Renaissance, the reform, by which it has become more mellowed down, socially acceptable, and lately because of the democracy it has been equalized as a right of the woman. But in ancient India, Vedic civilization, this has been a not only tradition but a part of life to give the respect as well as the first considered as a teacher of the child, which is the highest in the history of civilization. No other philosophy, no other culture respect the woman as Manu has said. So this thing we need to understand, and we need to propagate that Muslims just say brotherhood, but we call as a familyhood, where the family is most important because of the respect of the mother and especially of the woman. So we need to acknowledge this fact. And today is the day that we need to understand, even being a male who always dictates, but need to consider the sacrifices, the devotion, the dedication of the motherhood. Otherwise, the life will come to stand still in the whole world. So just I want to throw my ideas. Thank you.
You know, one concept where Hindus also went wrong is when they tried, in the name of, as we say, uh, understanding and compromise, we tried to accommodate every insanity. If we look at the basics of the Vivaha Sanskar, the bride and the groom are at equal footing.
Mhm.
But if we listen to traditional priests officiating at the Vivaha Sanskar, they throw all the burden of the married life on the head of the bride. Whereas during the marriage ceremony, most of the vows are taken by the groom. And there is one mantra which says, Samanjantu Vishwe Deva Samapo Hridayani No. It indicates the union of not two souls, but the union in terms of thoughts, in terms of words, in terms of actions, which unfortunately most of the priests officiating marriage ceremonies among the Hindus says it's the union of two souls to become one, and the bodies are two. So this is where we are going on the wrong side. And from there comes the concept that one has the upper hand and the other one has the lower hand. So the basis is we have to understand the foundations of the family vests on the Vivaha Sanskar, and understanding the Vivaha Sanskar, especially the last mantra of the Saptapadi, which says, Sakhe Saptapadi Bhava. In spite of whatever be the odds in our life, as we say, the tides, it can be favorable tides or unfavorable tides, will always remain the best of friends. So if we go according to that, then we'll live a happy life. And the Vedic philosophy, rightly, as you said, puts it, the daughter is the Duhita. She brings the sanskar from the family where she was brought up to a new family, merges with them, and the merging is, as per the Vivaha Sanskar, is like merging two waters from two different glasses into a third vessel, which no one can separate. So if we go according to the Vedic teachings and the subtle elements of the teachings, which we often bypass, we say, no, Vivaha Sanskar people don't have the time to attend, to sit down for 2 hours. But if we can attend to the Haldi Vidhi, which lasts for more than 2 hours. We can attend to the Sangeet, which goes overnight. But we can't attend the Vivaha Sanskar, we can't attend to the real, as we say, the physical, mental, moral, spiritual intricacies of the Vivaha Sanskar. That's where we also go wrong. And if we want to understand the concept of motherhood, the concept of women as being not, we would say, at the same level, but at the higher level, because it says mother is the first university in the life of mankind. And it says also, Matri Devo Bhava, Pitri Devo Bhava, Acharya Atithi Devo Bhava. She is first. And on the other ranking also, she is first. Matriman, Pitriman, Acharyavan.
Right.
So the footing is there. It's only we have to take cognizance of the teachings and live life accordingly. You've been right in drawing attention to that. Any other person, please, would share their views and wishes?
But why to accept only one day in a year? That's too bad. It has to be
No,
every day.
we have the concept of Pitri Yajna. It's 365 days a year.
We need to change from Pitra Yajna to Matra Pitra Yajna.
Yeah, but then the Vedas, whenever Pitri is there, it also takes Matri. Like when we see the word Putra, is also taking Putri. It goes in there because if you try to fit both of them, both of the words, as we say in English, when we write he and she. We put a slash in between. If we write this, if the Vedas were written like this, that would have given rise to more misinterpretation. So that's why in a simplified format, but then it's, if we go into what Rishi Dayanand has written and explained, unfolded to us, I think this is the best way of going. It's always, as we say, one step at a time.
Right.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody. Have a nice weekend. Wish you all a happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So you can just sign off or leave the meeting. Then Anjaji will close it.
Okay, धन्यवाद.
Dhanyavad.